I've got my Cadet XT1 Enduro LT42 with the Kohler 18 horsepower single cylinder engine. It's not liking starting. It takes a long time. It cranks and cranks and cranks. I am not even going to videotape it because it's so annoying. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to take everything apart so that people can see how to do this, because I don't know how to do it yet. Looks like there's we have three bolts around the shroud here. I already loosened them. Trying to make it quick.
What, quick? Are designed. I'm not a professional by any
means, but I've torn apart a lot of different lawnmowers. And just to get the carburetor off, it's a pain. Unless I'm missing something. That thing too is kind of a pain. All right, so we've got this. It's kind of like a cold air intake. You just wiggle it, pop it off. Looks fairly clean. I'm not going to worry about it too much. So in order to get the carburetor off, I'm going to have to pull the fuel line. I'm going to have to get this piece up here. It's kind of a U-shaped deal. So you need a T25, the Torx, for this little guy right here. That was going to be all, but I guess I need this guy too. Loosen that one yet. All right. I think once I get this one off, I think I can pull this shroud up. I'll have better access to the carb. Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah. Okay, so not the biggest deal in the world. That's still kind of crazy, though. Mention it. The shroud came off with 8mm socket, and I got a 10mm socket for right here. Two bolts, two nuts out of this air intake thing. A U-shaped guy. This piece just holds on this thing here. Okay, so what I did, this guy, I just popped off the little hose. Popped it off, let it hang down. As you can see, I added the shutoff valve. It's working because I have gas and it is not flowing, so that's good. You just take a knife, cut where you want it, pop that thing in. Those are great. I know they don't always work perfectly, but they're fun. All right, so now we can get this carburetor off. One thing, let's see. That solenoid has an electrical plug-in. Back that out. Easier said than done. Come on, there we go. Pop that out. thing is just going to be loose now. So all I have to do is pop linkages off. You know what? I'm just going to pull these off here. One down there. Those, yep, those are 10 as well. I'll just yank those off. That'll be easier than trying to finagle that linkage stuff off because it's just too tight. So I'm using a 10mm. It seems like most of the newer kind of stick with 10mm as the main. All right, so as I pull, okay, there's a gasket back there. So it stayed. That's good. Carburetor kind of just hang there for a second. And because it'll help me not lose the gasket, help lose the nuts. So now I just have to this thing up at the right angle. Show you. Let's see. Okay, I just tipped it, that front one for the butterfly. That one out. Guy. Oh. Cool. Got the carb here. It's a Nicky. I'm gonna yank it apart and I'm gonna clean it out. I'll put it back on, see if it actually fires it up. All right, I got this carburetor out here. I'm just gonna clean it. See, off a little bit. I got some spice off here first if I can. Can you see it in there? Oh, it's this kind. Yeah. Okay. So these are kind of annoying. It's this plastic. There we go. It's this plastic with this gasket in here that just goes everywhere. And you have to be pretty careful because if you don't get that gasket on perfectly, you know what happens. Stuff doesn't work right. So the jet is actually pressed in here at the top, and it looks fine. There is nothing wrong with that. You take some carb cleaner, spray it in there, douse it a little bit, get on it, sticky off of there. Put that piece I can set aside now because it's ready to go. Set it here. Look here over there. What I'm gonna need to do, well, I'll just douse the whole thing a little bit more. There's a little bit of junk in there. All these little orifices. Give it a good little spray there. Get that butterfly valve. There's really not much inside there that can get too dirty. But I do have some little holes inside that. I'll have to color it with morphine fluid or something like that. There's some holes. I don't know if you can see them right here. I can pick those out a little bit. So what I usually use is a white brush. I usually just take a, you know what, I need to go grab something really quick. Hold there. Okay, I'm just taking a piece of this brush. Cut it in some flakes. Got this little tiny piece of wire that I can shove through. Nothing too crazy. That one actually might have had a little gunk in it. Not sure. There's a couple at the top. Just wiggling through there. And I always try to keep that little piece, but I never know where to go because I just keep cutting pieces off that. I'm gonna pop this little guy out just so I can use it. Because what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna blow. I already used the carb cleaner. I'm gonna do a little bit more right in here, maybe. These holes here. I'll just do a little bit on the outside. Back to it again. But now I'm gonna blow it out with an air compressor. All right, I got some compressed air here. I'm just going to blow out all the little orifices, anything that basically has a little hole that can get something trapped in it. Start noise, but now you know I'm really doing it. All right, if that didn't get it, nothing will. Okay, just so everybody knows, I did go ahead and spray this as well. There were couple little pieces of nasty on there, so I sprayed them. Okay, I messed with it a little more. I don't know, it was weird. I think it's right now. And so, we'll see if this works. That's liking what it's doing. Not much gunk in there. Screw it back in. Now let's go try it. Okay. So now that I got it like that, I'm going to go ahead and plug in the solenoid in the back, because I'll end up forgetting. Okay, so I got this guy. Goes through nicely there. Remember, I put the nuts on here, so save them. So now I know where they are. That's good. Get that gasket back on there. All right. Now that I know how to get this thing off, I won't even be too unhappy if it doesn't work right. I might just need to get a new carburetor gasket on that one that was, it's just such a funky setup that you kind of got to put it all back together at the same time, and then if anything is a little bit off, then you're kind of screwed. All right, that's on. noticing I got some gunk back here. Cleaning off the gunk. And I'm still wondering about this. Well, you know what? That's probably why it wasn't working right. Let's see. It needs to shove it all the way in. Yeah, if the camera view could come over here and look inside this butterfly valve right there. See where my finger is? There we go. So my choke is all the way up, but that butterfly valve really should be closed more, and it's not. So I'm actually going to adjust that right now by messing with, well, of course it's another Torx. Hopefully it's a 25 again. Let's see. Yes, it is. Alright, so if I loosen this, now so I did need to loosen this, and I just played with it a little bit to figure out how far back it needed to go. But basically, once again, back here, inside there, now it shuts all the way when I get the choke up there. And before it wasn't. So, once again, right here, this is your linkage right here. If that's happening to you, where it's not starting, that might be part of the problem. If it takes a long, long time, you're cranking over and over and over. So, if that's the case, once again, it's a Torx 25. And just play around with it a little bit, loosen this up, and slide it back and forth till you can tell that that shuts all the way. Okay, now we can put the fuel back on. And then trying to remember how this goes. You know what? I'm going to pop the fuel line back off because that's probably going to be in the way. Alright, get this guy up here. Slides on those bolts there. I'll tighten that thing in a second after I get these on here. Now, take this little piece here. Ouch. Let's try it. On. Right away, we'll know if it is leaking bad or not. Oh. That's actually leaking from... Great. Okay, well, I got a bad fuel shutoff, so... Okay, so that was a little bit messy, but as you can see, I did away these little things that come free with your Amazon, when you buy carburetors on Amazon and stuff. I'm just not going to use those anymore because both of the ones I had screwed up. So anyway, I just cut myself a length of new hose, got it in there. So now just to see again, I'm going to fire it up. Once again, I didn't even show you at the start. It takes so long to start this thing that it starts saying the battery's low. So, you know what? I'm going to try starting it without even having the choke on. Let's see what happens. Okay, I'll add the choke. It's doing a slight surging. Maybe that'll go away when it warms up. It's pretty cold, but I'm pretty happy with the fact that, to be honest, I don't know if it was the fact that I cleaned the carburetor or I messed with the choke. It probably was just the choke. So anyway, thanks. Bye.